Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to share this video with you guys because recently I just came across this new series, and actually they have a very interesting lesbian couple in it, and also a triangle lesbian relationship going on. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments if you guys have watched the show and what is your opinion on it.
No veas qué carácter tu compi, ¿no?
Nos tenemos que poner al día.
Este campeón a los 16.
¿Y? ¿Y después qué sigo tú aquí?
Jennifer, venga.
Tengo que decir con cuál primero.
Yes, so basically the show is a series that follows the captain of a national artistic swimming team, a demanding girl who doesn't allow herself to make mistakes. But when Nuria, her best friend and teammate, surpasses her for the first time, she starts to question a lot of things and basically put her best friends to the max limits. And unfortunately, a very unfortunate situation happened that basically affected the whole, in this case, sports academy. But the main focus for me will not to discuss all of this. I want to focus on the relationship that actually developed between Zoe and Jennifer. Yes, Zoe and Jennifer. What an interesting story. Yes, if you guys don't know, also the series basically pushes, the athletes to the fullest limits by pushing their bodies and also sacrificing their lives for sports. And basically it showcases how difficult it is for them and also what they are willing to do in order to get to that, max level and win every single thing that, they want to achieve on a professional level as athletes. So who is Zoe? Zoe is a newcomer to the school. She gets forced to attempt the academy after her best friend actually passed away in a car accident that Zoe was involved with and possibly could be facing prison time for it. So the only way that they could find in order, to make things better for her and for her not to get caught up in a criminal case was for her to attend this sports academy because she's actually a runner. Yes, she's a runner, and she actually broke very interesting records when she was younger. So a lot of people feel like she has a lot of potential to reach that potential again, even though she is still, going through her own issues by basically, losing her, in this case, losing her best friend, dealing with pressure, not believing in herself, and just going through a lot of, situations. On the other hand, we have Jennifer. Jennifer, she is, pushing her body to the limit, and she actually decides to intake medicine that she is not allowed, to in order to help her to perform and to be ready for the competition that's actually coming up. In this case, Jennifer, she is a cyclist, but you guys can see at the beginning when they actually saw each other on the first episode, you can basically see that it looks like in the past they already had something going on, especially about the way, they were communicating and just speaking to one another. You can already sense that there was something in the air. But as the episodes progress, that's where we actually gets to understand that it looks like they already had something going on in the past. They're like friends and enemies and friends and lovers at the same time, but in the past. And now the fact that they basically re-encounter each other at the academy, it's like, okay, what do we do now? Where do we go from here? And you can see that Jennifer was actually the person who was being a little bit persistent. She knew she wanted to get close to Zoe again, but Zoe also has her own things going on. So basically later, as you see that, Zoe and Jennifer, they start to get close to one another, they end up hooking up with one another. And now you can see that, there was a moment where, you can clearly see that Jennifer have decided to help Zoe because Zoe, she has problems with endurance. She feels like, she cannot compete to the max level, that her body is not following her mind or her mind is not following her body. And since, Jennifer is already intaking stuff in order to help her performance, so she was also telling, Zoe to do the same to help her, so that she can get to that max level that everybody knows she can be at. Obviously, Zoe was like at the beginning, no, I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. But later on, she was like, hey, since majority of people are already doing it, let me do it as well. And it's actually intaking the same thing that Nuria, in this case, the girl that's actually the main character's best friend, was intaking it as well. And which, in this case, Jennifer is intaking as well, to give them that endurance that they need in order to perform to the max level. So yes, but things didn't last long. You can clearly see later on that, in this case, In this case, the girl who's actually the main character of the show, like I said, she basically decides, to call, the patrols to the academy so that they can do testing on everybody. Obviously, Zoe got caught up in it because everybody needed to get tested, and obviously, Jennifer got tested as well. So, when Zoe found out they were there, she starts to run because even though she didn't intake what Zoe gave her, and I sorry, even though in this case, Zoe didn't intake what Jennifer gave her. She did intake something else, but she thought because that something else she could also be expelled. And the thing is, Zoe, she needs to keep, her record clean, especially because also of the court case that she has going on and her possibly facing prison time. So she needs to be in this academy and keep a clean record. So the fact that she could actually be expelled for, intaking things that she had no business intaking could put her in serious trouble. So later on, you can see as the season progresses, you can clearly see that, in this case, Jennifer, yes, Jennifer, her tests in this case came back positive. So, and since she did intake things that, was against the regulations, she basically got, in this case, expelled. Yes, she got expelled from the school. Zoe, she also took the test, but her results actually came out negative. So she kept, attending the academy, which was a very, very, very big relief for her. And also, you can clearly see at the moment where the two were basically saying goodbye to one another, you can clearly see that, Jennifer, she didn't want to let Zoe go. She was telling Zoe, hey, let's just give up sports, come with me, let's start a life together. But Zoe knows she needs to be there. She needs to do this for not only for her best friend, but also, because of her legal problems that she has going on. And also, she's starting to believe again that she can compete at the max level. So you can basically say that, they have like parted ways, not because they want to, but because in this case, Jennifer, she actually got expelled from the school. So, but one thing I have to say is that you can clearly see that the two have a very genuine connection. Like the moment they hooked up with one another, they were literally glued to each other. Even at the beginning, Zoe was trying to do something with a guy, but nothing happened. And there's also another person in the picture as well that I will be doing a video on her and Zoe's situation as well, because right now I don't have a lot of information on her. I'm still trying to understand what is her role, what is she up to, will she and Zoe get involved as well. But so far, the only thing I can know and I've seen so far, because I'm currently on episode 5, is that Zoe and in this case Jennifer, they have like a romantic situation going on, and now they have been parted ways because Jennifer got expelled and Zoe got another opportunity to get her life back on track and basically focus on becoming that top level runner that everybody knows she deserves to be. Also because now she is sponsored by Olympia, and she needs and she signed a professional contract, so she needs to deliver to the fullest. Yes, guys, very, very, very good series. It's a Spanish series, but it's on Netflix, so you guys don't have to worry. There are subtitles and translations available, and basically it's called Olympio. Yes, yes, yes. It is called Olympia, 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 Olympo. It's available on Netflix. It has 1 season, and yes, it has 8 episodes available. Go ahead, go watch it, because let me tell you, it's not a disappointment at all. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Thank you so much for all the love and all the support. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until the next video, and goodbye.